Welcome to Mikab Model College online tutorial. We hope at the end of this lesson, you will have acquired the expected learning outcome. Sit down and listen attentively as we introduce your subject teacher.
Welcome to another chemistry class. I am Saliu Abdul Wahab, your chemistry teacher. In this lesson, we want to look at the relative atomic mass of elements. Remember in our previous lesson, we discussed isotopes and isotopy. And then we gave some examples of elements that exhibits isotopic forms or that exhibit isotopy, such as oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, chlorine, and many more. Now we want to look at the relative atomic masses of element. The relative atomic masses of element is based on carbon-12 isotope. Remember in that class we discussed the three isotopic forms of carbon: carbon-12, carbon-13, and carbon-14. The three isotopic forms has 98.9% percentage abundance and 1.1% percentage abundance. Remember that of these three isotopic forms, only two are very, very important. These are carbon-12 and carbon-13. Therefore, the relative abundance of these isotopes are 98.9% and 1.1% respectively. From calculation which we will see in our subsequent classes, you will discover that the relative atomic mass of carbon is 12.011, which is approximately 12.00. Now, from this relative atomic mass, carbon-12 is therefore used as a reference point or a standard or a yardstick for the definition of relative atomic mass. Now, let us look at the definition of the relative atomic mass of an element. The relative atomic mass of an element is the number of times the average mass of one atom of the element is heavier than 1/12 of the mass of one atom of carbon-12 isotope. You cannot define relative atomic mass of an element without making reference to isotope of carbon-12 or carbon-12 isotope. The relative atomic mass of an element is the number of times the average mass of one atom of the element is heavier than 1/12 of the mass of one atom of carbon-12 isotope. Now, this table shows the relative atomic masses of some elements. Remember that the relative atomic mass of an element has no unit. The table is showing us element, symbol, and their relative atomic mass. The first element there is hydrogen. Hydrogen. From our previous classes, the chemical symbol of hydrogen is capital letter H with a relative atomic mass 1.0. That's because hydrogen has no neutron. The second is helium, He. Relative atomic mass is 4.0. Carbon, capital letter C, 12.0, like I told you in the course of this lesson. Nitrogen, N, 14.0. Oxygen, O, 16.0. Sodium, Na, 23.0, calcium Ca 40.0, magnesium 24.0, and the symbol is Mg. Potassium K from kalium, we have 39.0. All the relative atomic masses of this element are based on carbon-12 isotope. The relative atomic mass of an element is usually provided in any questions that involve it. Therefore, you need not memorize them, probably by cramming or by whatever means. You don't need to memorize them. In questions that involves calculation that deals with the relative atomic masses of element, it will be provided and you will use it to solve whatever problems you are faced with. So try as much as possible to be familiar with them, but don't memorize them. Remember, the relative atomic masses of elements are based on the isotope of carbon-12 or carbon-12 isotope. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. In our next class, we shall be dealing with some calculations involving relative atomic masses. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel. I remain Saliu Abdul Wahab. Thank you very much.